Hello friends, I'm back. Today we're going to be talking about the 20th of June 2024. I originally planned to stay around here and make a brush and do this shit, but I've just seen, before I started recording, that I need a fucking bit of copper to make a brush, so I'm just going to leave that. You know, if I really want to come back here, I've got these coordinates here, because this reminds me of the first YouTube video I ever saw regarding Minecraft. You've probably never seen it. This is quite a small video, but I just really like it. So we've got the chords. Maybe we'll come back. Probably not though. So yeah, off camera I got the coordinates of the base from an old video. I have that little book. Have I dropped it? I hope I haven't dropped it. So it's 43, so that needs to go down. Oh, so guys, you know what? Today, I'm actually feeling a lot better. I sound like shit because I've got a blocked nose, but I'm feeling strong, both physically and mentally. I'm happy to say. Oh fuck! Wait, hold on. So this is going down. No, that's going up. Oh fucking hell! Why is it so difficult? Right, so we need both to go down. So this is going up. No. This is going up. No. This is going. How's that possible? Down, up. So this way is good for X. This way. So we need to go this way, basically. That makes sense. That's kind of the direction I came from. So yeah, today, I mean, there's a lot going on. And I don't think I've mentioned like all of it because I really wanted to make sure I did it in order because obviously I've been traveling for 2 months, just short of 2 months. And I made a list. What the fuck was that noise? Did the fox make that noise? Or was it the witch? There's a new update that's come out, but I'm pretty sure I don't think I'm playing with it on right now. So, don't know what the fuck that noise was. Yeah, so, yeah, a lot's going on, and I wanted to make sure I didn't mention certain bits so I could recap the story of travelling in like a series of videos. But then, I mean, it's not like anyone's watching this eagerly waiting, and they're going to be like, oh no! I got auto jump on. What was that? How strange. I keep getting interrupted by the game. It's not like there's anybody watching and I'm going to spoil it for them. I mean, so let me get over myself. I'm just going to tell, like, the day. It's going to include some details from the trip that I haven't recorded the journal for yet. I made, like, a little bullet point journal on my phone, and I want to read over it and recap and tell the stories from my travels. But basically, this is your first video. I've basically been talking about this girl in particular for over 6 months now. And she was the absolute love of my life. I fucking adored this girl. And I would have done almost anything for her. And you could laugh, you could say simp, because you wouldn't exactly be wrong. You know, I'm pretty embarrassed about some of these things. I've never had feelings this serious before. And in a way, I'm glad that I'm capable. Because I'm 21, I'm almost 22. And I've had a girlfriend, and I've been with girls in the past. I've never been in like a serious relationship apart from that one girlfriend. But, you know, I always thought marriage was like really funny. I'm like, dude, why are these guys signing away all of their assets to these women? And they can just take it away if they fall out one day. But now I get it. I fucking get it because I felt feelings that were so unbelievably strong. Feelings that I acknowledge that I realised these feelings made me a weaker person. I thought that was quite sad actually. I suppose it's not as bad if they're reciprocal. I mean, my case with this person in particular was extremely confusing. It was a little bit confusing at the base level. It was a little bit less confusing at a logical level, but obviously I was letting my feelings drive, so I was trying to paint her as the perfect person, and I was trying to see that we could have a future together. But we're not going to have a future together, and that's fine. For the first time today, I can say that without flinching and feeling physical pain when saying that, and it's a tremendous help. Like this morning, I was not there, so like I'm a little bit worried because I've had like big switches and I've had like big waves of like feeling okay about it and feeling really shit. And when I say really shit, guys, please, like, I can't really put it into words how shit I felt. You know, of course, with the combination of the loss of my dog, just short of 15 years old, um, and the girl that I've absolutely fucking fallen head over heels for, not wanting to be with me. If at the same time that's sinking in, it really fucking hurts, guys. And you know, I felt like, I mean, I know, you know, these are really, truly, guys, these are first world problems. First of all, I just want to acknowledge and make sure you know that I know that. You know, the worst pain in my life so far has been whilst I'm travelling. So that's a privilege already. It's about a girl, so it's not really serious or life-threatening, and it's about my dog, who we've been privileged enough to have 14 years, pay for vet bills, pay for food. So, you know, both of my sadnesses are absolute fucking blessings, really. That I don't have to worry about anything more serious. But they are still massive pains, guys. And luckily, they're not as strong anymore. I mean, I don't know if I've fully taken in the situation with the dog yet, because I mean, I cried a lot when I first heard about it, and I cried when I first saw the grave. Yes, we have a grave. He's that much of a G. We made him a grave. A lot of people think that's a bit overkill, but fuck you. This dog was a fucking G. He deserves a grave. And yeah, I'm a little bit concerned at myself how okay I am with it. Um, I don't know if I'm like storing it away at the back of my head, but I'm talking about it right now, so it's not like I'm distracted from it. And I do get a little bit choked up when I talk about it. I stand around his grave a lot. I've only been home for like just over a day and a half now, and I stand around his grave a lot whenever I need to just think for a bit. And I mean, yeah, I'm talking like I've been okay for a long time. I have absolutely not. This morning I was really down. I went to sleep last night around like 4 in the fucking morning, and somehow I naturally woke up at 7 feeling good. Doesn't really make any sense. But I got out of bed. I took a modafinil for the first time in ages, and with modafinil, I feel like when you're thinking in your head and you think, I need to do this. Say, for example, I need to go to the shops and get, I don't know, fucking paper. In your head, without modafinil, you'll think, oh, well, maybe I could just send an email, or I could just send the PDF over to them and they can print it out, or, oh, I can't be bothered to drive that far, it's going to cost me money in petrol. But with modafinil, you think it and you fucking do it. Like, it takes away that thinking space in between. From my experience, I don't think that's scientifically what people say it does. But for me, I absolutely find that's how it works for me. Which can be a good and a bad thing. For example, I was thinking about texting this girl who I mean, I went home early because she basically told me that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. And the reason why I was still, and the keyword was, guys, the reason why I was still persisting was because I said to her, I said, look, if you don't want to be in a relationship with me, just tell me that. I want you to tell me that. Because that way I can say, look, yeah, that sucks, but at least I've got a clear answer now. There's no chance. Stop chasing it. But she refused to say it. She says, it's not you, it's me. I'm sure so many guys have heard that. And that's another thing that's been giving me great comfort. A lot of guys, from what I hear, and especially me included, and I guess girls as well, when they're in situations like this, they think, oh, these feelings were the strongest feelings any human has ever felt. Nobody can relate to how strong these feelings were. I'm never going to have these feelings for anybody else again. And it feels like your world is over. But then when you realise, if you talk to any 30-year-old, basically 95% of every 30-year-old you talk to has had this experience. So when you realise, it's like, dude, everyone has this experience as part of growing up. Find your ball sack, fucking let's move it, you know? That brings me comfort, you know, when you think it's like so special and it's special to you. I mean, it is a beautiful thing if it works out, but if it doesn't work out, make sure you remember to yourself that this is just your brain playing tricks on you. And yeah, this morning, as I said, I was really bad this morning. I'd swallowed my modafinil. I smashed out some work. I'm trying to find the most efficient way to work. Again, I need to set myself like goals and hit the goals. I didn't set any goals today. I still got a good chunk done for me, but there was a few times I was tempted to take a break, but I said no. My focus slipped a little bit, so I remember I said, okay, so the time's now 8 o'clock. I'm gonna do loads of work, 45 like minutes, and then at like quarter to 9, I'm gonna write this message here to this girl that I want to draft out. I know it's gay, but I wanted to write a message and then leave it, look at it for a bit, and see if I wanted to send it. And that's what I did. And now I sent it after a while of thinking about it, and I regret sending it now. So, Modafinil, fuck's sake. But yeah, so this morning I woke up, and I think I said this yesterday, that I was recovering around the expectation that we would get back together when she returned to England, which is a really bad idea to try and heal that way. And what I did was I still had that like hope this morning, and I haven't been going on Instagram because I didn't want to see her face because it really upset me. And one of my very good friends, who always helps me, I'm super lucky, I'm super blessed today. I've had lots of friends. When I say lots, I mean groups, not individuals. Two groups of friends that they're reaching out, they're making sure I'm okay, they're asking to talk, and that really touches me. I don't really know what I've done to deserve such a cool group of people, separate groups that know that I'm hurting and they want to help me. I'm really, I'm almost crying right now just thinking about that. I'm very blessed for that, and yeah, one of my friends is encouraging me to talk about it. He told me a story of another one of our mutual friends who went through a breakup, a very serious breakup. They were actually engaged and they broke up. And I mean, I knew both of them because I went on nights out with these people. Not nights out, but I went on meals with them both when they were together. Went to a wedding with them both. Slept at their fucking Airbnb because I couldn't get home. I knew both of them sort of well. And he told me the story of the two. And the guy, who I know better than the lady, the guy sat down with my friend and he spoke about it, spoke about the same thing multiple times, cried a lot, and then I mean, yeah, he spoke about it. My friend described it as exercising the muscles. End quote. I thought that was very interesting. And because it was such a serious relationship, they owned like a house together. So when they met to sell that house after 6 months of like calling off the wedding, the guy was like chill. He was like very, very just, I guess just polite and minimal. Was like, oh yeah, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Yeah, looking good, whatever. And then she just broke down crying. And the other guy, he's already moved on. He's already got another girlfriend. And the other girl, my friend said, he doesn't know exactly how she's coping with it, but he guessed that she just threw herself into her work as a distraction. And now she's in the situation where she's forced to face it with no distraction. She just broke down into tears after 6 months, when the guy had 6 months he spent recovering and obviously working too. He doesn't live for free, but yeah, he said there was two ways of dealing with it. And the reason why I'm saying this is because for me, I would lean more towards throwing myself into something and distracting myself, like the lady did in this story. But my friend tells me that's not wise. And I trusted what my friend said, and I've agreed to go and speak to him tomorrow, actually. But and I'm going to do that, but I'm a little bit apprehensive now because I watched. I mean, guys. This is how bad I was this morning. And I'm aware that this was literally the same day today. This was fucking today. And I'm feeling so much different now. I'd love to know what the actual switch point was. Well, actually, I think I know what it was. I'll tell you after this. I was so bad. After I finished work on my computer, I decided I need a 15-minute break. I'm gonna go on Instagram, and I've been checking obviously Instagram, the way it works is the people that you interact with most, their stories come first. And obviously this girl, we send memes, we DM all the time, even when we're away together, and. Oh yeah, I should mention, by the way, if this is your first episode, I've been travelling with this girl for fucking weeks. Sometimes alone, we've had sex, we've done it all. We've had really deep conversations. And, yeah, well, I mean, we've been together for a bit. Not together in a relationship, but we've been, physically together. Um, and the signals have been so fucking mixed. It's unbelievable. And yeah, so just a little bit of context for those of you who haven't don't know where we are, and if you're actually interested, probably not though. But anyway, so yeah, this girl, I was a little bit worried because there was no stories, and she's one of those girls that always has a fucking at least one story up. And I was like, fuck, is she okay? And I thought about texting her because I haven't texted her in a few days, and I told her before I left, I said, look, I'm really sorry if this like seems childish, but I can't text you. Like if I try and I want to feel better about you, but I want to recover a little bit. I didn't say recover because it's very dramatic, but I said, look, I can't text you as much because it's gonna really it's gonna wear down on me. And she was like, okay. But today the feelings in the morning really got to me, and I decided to text. I said something like, I'm going over my journal, and I really miss you. I hope everything's good in Australia. And yeah, I mean that's true. I do miss her, and I really missed her this morning. I miss her as a person because she is genuinely such a nice person. But this morning I missed her so much more strongly because that love was attached to it. And I don't know, I think I can confidently say now that I'm not in love with her anymore. But I feel like that's not true because it's so quick. But I feel like my feelings all of a sudden, like literally, I feel like they were just taken out of me, which is fantastic. But I don't trust myself. I feel like I'm lying to myself. But I guess only time will tell. I hope that's true. Because yeah, so I mean, before the feelings were magically vacuumed out of me, and they're not 100% vacuumed out of me. I feel attracted to her. She's a fucking absolutely beautiful girl. But I was absolutely obsessed. You don't understand. I suppose some of you probably do understand. As I said, everyone thinks their feelings they're so unique, and no one has feelings as strong. Actually, most of us do. It's kind of the reason why we survived as a race. It's because we become extremely attracted to someone, fuck them, and then make babies. It's kind of how it works. But yeah. So, come on. What was I saying? So yeah, I saw the story from this girl. All of a sudden, there was like 7 stories, and they were like from almost 22 hours ago. So I was like, what, was Instagram hiding this from me or something? And it was her with, well, at the very start of the holiday, we all did surfing lessons, and there was 4 of us. We got 1 surf instructor each, and her surfing instructor was a little bit flirty. We weren't really. Hadn't told her my feelings at that point, and he was being a bit flirty with her, and she wasn't even like feeding it back. She told us like, oh, it's so weird. But then she got his number and everything. He got her number and she accepted, took his number and shit. And when I left her on, what was it, Sunday, that left her 2 days alone before she flew to Australia. Originally, she invited me out to Australia. This is how confusing girls are, guys. She invited me out to Australia with her family and she had no feelings for me. You know, what the fuck. But I said, look, I can't go to Australia anymore because at the time I was so fucking sad. Like, I was like, I can't go. So in the 2 days where I left her alone, she contacted this fucking surf guy who has a crush on her and spent the day with him, and he drove her to the airport and they spent the day together. And when I saw that video, it fucking shot me in the heart. I was like, unbelievable. But then it really hurt for a short amount of time. I went and stood by my dog's grave again, just thinking. And embarrassingly, I wasn't thinking about the dog. I was thinking about her by the grave. I don't really know why I did that. But then I decided, look, fuck this. I need to go on a run. I woke up super early today, so the day felt like super early every time I looked at the clock. It was around like 2 o'clock. I decided to go on a run. I was like, yeah, I don't want to go. I want to make up my route as I go along today. So I went into the woods. I went onto some country road and I just started running. There was no pavement. The cars had to slow down. I was really annoying everyone, but I didn't give a fuck. So yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can get this down faster. And I was running, and I was still thinking about it. I was listening to music. I probably should have just gone no music and just been with my thoughts. The run felt pretty good. It was a little bit below average. It's not bad though. And finished the run. I decided to finish the run with more jogging. And yeah, it just feels good to move, guys. I'm very happy I have this addiction of moving. especially when I'm sad and stressed. I go straight to this. I got in the shower, and instead of going back to work, which I should have done really, I great. I think we're gonna come up on our island here. Instead of doing that, I thought about my sister who I went on holiday with. She actually just got back today, and I decided I needed to apologise to her. 'Cause there were certain points in the holiday where I was a little bit of a dickhead to her because I felt like she was getting in the way of me and the girl. And she was. Did I just drop something? Oh no, this is where the boat was in my hand. At certain points, she actually was. But you know, it's not about me and the girl. The whole holiday was not about me and the girl. It was about everyone having a good time. And yeah, I mean, I was like a dickhead at some points. And yeah, I mean, at some points too, she was pretty annoying as well. But I didn't obviously mention that in my apology. So I bought them some chocolate and I drove. And this is what I mean. This is what modafinil does. I probably shouldn't have done the run on modafinil because it elevates your heart rate and makes your like blood pressure higher. But I did it anyway. I feel alright. Hopefully my blood pressure isn't like getting higher by the day because I've been drinking loads of coffee. But not today. But when I was on holiday, I drank like so much coffee. I'm not usually a coffee guy at home, but it's really good out there. And so yeah, with modafinil, I just thought in my head I should apologise to my sister and get a chocolate. And then before I knew it, I got out of the shower. If I could dry myself, I put my clothes on. I was in the car on the way there, and yeah, it was like a 30-minute drive. I was like, oh fuck it, you know, I don't mind. I haven't driven in a while. I mean, I drove yesterday, but that was a short journey. I was like, fuck it, I don't mind. I like driving. I drove there, good mood, and yeah, I was actually feeling pretty good. Oh my god, guys, here's the base. Haven't been here in almost 2 months. So yeah, it's interesting that I come at it from this angle. That's weird. So yeah, now we're back at home, guys. I want to sort of do a certain structure of the video where I stay in one place, I talk about the day, and then I start playing Minecraft. So I'm not interrupting myself, and you know, it's more structured. So when I, or if anybody develops interest, they can listen to the day clearly without, oh, what should I do here? Oh, there's a zombie. You know, that kind of shit. Fucking hell, my nose is so blocked. It doesn't make any sense, I don't know why. So yeah, I mean, originally when I first set out, before I left, for travelling in real life, I've set out for a certain type of log, which I failed to find, so I'm not sure how we'll go about exploring that. That's the mission, so I need that log for my friend, unfortunately passed away, and I'm going to build a memorial for him on this island. That's my #1 project. And since mapping out this project, my fucking dog died, so now I'm going to have to make a memorial for him. I might make it on a different island, maybe the same. Oh, he deserves his own island. How dare I even suggest that? Alright, let me put this clay away, and then we'll start fishing, and I'll talk about the rest of the day. Another banger. So yeah, let me try and focus whilst doing this. This is exactly what I mean. So, I have a little bit of a bad habit of dating or trying to date or make romantic interests with people that my older sister knows already. And both times I've done that, it's negatively impacted their relationships together. Which is a shame. I mean, it goes to show that my sister's a fucking ride or die. And I'll admit, she really pissed me off on holiday. I told myself I don't want to see her for a while. She's fucking annoyed me. But, you know, I'm really happy I saw her today because I realised that the only reason why she was annoying me is because I was being a fucking idiot about this girl. And I'm sure my sister could annoy me without a girl being in the equation. But, yeah, I'm happy I saw her today. I apologise, I gave her some chocolate and I hugged her mum. This is my half-sister, so we have different mums. And I don't really see this... her mum that much, but when I do, she's always really, really nice. Almost weirdly nice. So I'm like, why are you being so nice? You know? Which is definitely not a bad thing about some of these qualities. Just quick storage, fuck it, just whack it in there, I don't give a fuck. Just get the fishing rod out. Forgot where all my stuff is. Let's go, let's use the lake I've made up here. Oh, nice. So, yeah. What was I saying before I rolled up? What was I saying? Fuck's sake. I said, yeah, I went to my sister's house, and my sister told me that the guy, the surfer guy, also got my sister's Instagram when we were there, and the surfer guy sent my sister a video today of him with his head in the girl that I really like's lap, and she was like playing with his hair. And then that hit me to hear that they were being like touchy-feely with each other, literally days after she smashed my heart into a million pieces. I promise I'm okay, that was very dramatic. But like that hurt initially, and then I spoke to my sister's mother, my half-sister's mother, and I mean, she knows this girl very well, they're family friends. And even though she knew her very well, I'm guessing she was told the story by my sister. And, you know, my sister was welling up. And I was really, I was really touched to see that somebody cares that much about me. To the point where I just said that I was really sad about the situation, and she starts crying. And that was really touchy that, like, she cares that much about me being upset that she would cry herself. It's like she kind of cried for me. And they all gave me a big hug, and I couldn't cry, I just didn't have it in me, but I was very sad. And after that hug, it sounds like fucking magic, guys. But after that hug, and after hearing the news of her meeting up with this fucking surfer dude to go to the airport, it just, something clicked. I was like, look, I'm not calling her a hoe, even though she might be, they might have had sex, I don't know. But she is definitely an attention hoe. Like, almost the same day I stopped giving her attention, she goes to this one guy that she knows will give her attention and just starts sucking it from him. And that's just kind of when it made sense to me. As you know, it's like, she texts so many people all the time. She's always on her fucking phone. And not dudes all the time, because obviously I wouldn't really chase somebody like that in the first place. But she's always got like 5, 6, 7 conversations going on at once on her phone. And they always reply quick. So she's basically always on her phone. Always. And it's like she has to be constantly distracted. She has to have lots of attention. The second I stopped giving it, she just got it from someone else. Because she's a very pretty girl. She can get attention from other people pretty easily. And it just made sense. I was like, that's why. I was giving her attention. That's what she liked. She liked sex as well. Sometimes, in some ways, that's attention too. And sadly, that's all that I was giving her that she liked was attention. She didn't really, I don't think she had any feelings for me at any point. And when I realised that, that's when, like, a massive weight, felt like I had massive weights on my chest, pushing my ribs down if I was lying on my back. And when I made that realisation today, in this nice sunny garden of my sister's mum's house, I just thought, wow, you know, it's a fucking shame. I mean, it was a very expensive lesson. But in a way, I'm kind of relieved that I finally know now. And yeah, I mean, it sucks so much because I think we would have actually been great together. But at the same time, I would have been great with someone like her. But I don't know. I don't know. She's like a siren. My friend, I went walking with my friends today as well. I'll talk about that soon. And my friend is like a siren. They make beautiful noises in this like not Greek mythology, but this like, I don't know what kind of book it's called, but they're like symbol, they make this great noise, and then when you get close to them, they fucking eat you or something. This girl is absolutely beautiful. The way she talks to you, the look she gives you is absolutely enchanting. I'm not even joking. And you get to her, she gives you lots of convo, because she likes being spoken to. And then she has no intention of going anywhere with you. Or sometimes she'll have sex with you, like me. But I know she talks to other dudes on her phone. like one guy from our work who's like 10 years older than us. He's always texting her. Every time she goes, oh, look at this on my phone. Like whether it be maps, a meme, anything. He's always texting her. You know when someone just texts you, it comes up at the top. He's always up there. He's texting constantly. Replies immediately. She probably loves it. She loves the attention. As soon as she wants a reply, he replies, okay, baby, I'll reply. Fucking gay. But yeah, so with that realization today, I swear I feel better. I hope I'm not lying to myself, but I genuinely feel better about that situation. And so I suppose that's tremendous news. I did send her a text this morning when I was in the fields, and she still hasn't opened it, which is pretty rude. And I'm embarrassed that I sent that now, but I suppose that was a different version of me who had serious feelings for her, and I've had serious feelings for her for such a long time, and I feel like they're finally starting to calm down, at least. I think it'll be unrealistic to say they're completely gone, but I feel like they're finally starting to calm down, and I can finally start building up my self-respect again, because I've completely shat on it. This whole endeavour has been very embarrassing for me. Very embarrassing. But yeah, I feel like it's finally coming to an end. Unfortunately, it didn't end in a relationship. But the more I know about her now, I don't even want a relationship with her anymore. I mean, I don't know if she's doing this whole thing on purpose, because she did kind of mislead the fuck out of me. I mean, at some points she was pretty clear, but then she would leave just about a few crumbs to like keep me going. She would say, look, I don't want a relationship right now. But then in conversation, when we were going about our day, she would just say little things. Like, once we were talking about her physical type, like she's talking about the attributes that men have that she's typically attracted to. And she said like long hair, like slim, and that's not me. So I think I did like a little frown or something, and then she like quickly said, no, that doesn't mean I won't be attracted to other people of other types. I was like, oh right, so okay, so I'm glad she like courteously said that to me. And then other things, like once we like split off from each other for one day, and I said I'll miss you, and she sort of like chuffed and went on the boat. And then when she got on the boat, she texted me, sorry for chuffing, I'll really miss you too, XXX. I was like, oh great. So things like that, it's like I can keep going. I think it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna work out. So like, if she was just telling me, look, I don't want a relationship, it's just sex, or I don't want a relationship, blah blah blah. Look, stop this. It would have been a lot clearer for me, but it wasn't. She would always just give me a little bit more to keep going. But now I can finally get off that fucking train. Because there's so many other girls. Like there was a fucking... I haven't told this story yet, but there was a French-Canadian girl that was so pretty. She was like 30 years old, and she wanted me to stay with her for a month. For fuck's sake. I should have taken her up on that fucking opportunity. I'm a handsome guy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need this one girl to like me to have a girlfriend. There's so many girls that are in a fucking line. It's like, for fuck's sake. And I still don't really know what it was about this girl that I stuck to for so long. Maybe it was the challenge, because everybody in the workplace wanted her, and I was winning. Maybe that's what I liked. I'll talk to my friend about that tomorrow, because he's a little bit into psychology. Maybe we'll find an answer. But yeah, so that's the big realisation I've made today. It's a very good realisation. This could be the end of this whole fucking embarrassing chase of mine. It's finally over. I feel like it might finally be over, which is fucking fantastic. I feel very happy saying that now. Yeah. Very happy to say that, you know. Finally can find some self-respect in myself again. But yeah, for the rest of the day, I came after that discussion, this very, very helpful discussion with my sister's mother. I drove home. I was getting texts, because I still don't have my fucking SIM card, so I connected to the Wi-Fi, and I had like 55 texts come through. It was my mates, and they wanted to meet up with me, because I just come back. And I said, yo, I'll meet you back in this place, and then I drove back, met them, and yeah, we had another walk. I told them about the whole trip, and I told them about the girl. And the two of these guys, like one of them's very religious, so he can't really chip in about the conversation with girls. And the other one is a bit of a geek, and he hasn't had sex in like 2 years. So you can't really chime in either. But they're fucking humans, and they know what a red flag is. They know, like, dude, that should have been a signal. And I'm like, I know. And I'm very honest with my friends. There were some points of the story that I'm genuinely embarrassed to tell. But I mean, it's just true. It's true, and I fell for it, and I didn't abort mission at some of these signals that I should have. But I was so fucking in love at the time that I ignored them, and that's my fault. And I was stupid, no doubt, at some of these points. I literally saw one of the titles of one of these videos 2 months ago. I know I'm a fool, but I will persist anyways. So like that's not an exact quote, but that's one of my video titles. I didn't even watch it, but I just know that it's talking about that girl. I know it is. You know. So, guys, it's finally over. You can't see my face, but I'm grinning right now. I would say it's a sad ending, but I don't feel sad about this. I feel pretty good about this, finally. Because, you know, in this journey, I've realised that I'm capable of such intense levels of love. I know this sounds very cheesy, guys, but just stay with me for a sec. I know that I'm capable of such intense levels of love now. Unfortunately, I mean, my first ever experience with it, the girl didn't deserve it, you know? And yet, that's what... I've had so many compliments today. I'm probably a bit of a fucking massive ego maniac at the moment. My sister's mother was telling me how handsome I was and how muscly I was and how much I deserve a girl better than her. Which was crazy because she knows this girl really well. So that's quite an insult to that girl. And I could see the sorrow on her face. She felt so bad for me because my sister's probably told her all the details. And I just apologised to my sister. I was like, I'm sorry, you tried to tell me and I didn't listen to you. Yeah, and they were fucking crying. I was very flattered that they care that much about me. And I might have just ended a 10-year-long family friend thing because they've been family friends for like 10 years and now they're like, I don't like her. I've seen a new light to her. I was like, wow. I said, guys, please don't like fall out with this family just because of this situation, please. They're like, no, we won't. But if they ask us our opinion, we'll tell them. I was like, wow, right, I can see you've got my back, but you really don't need to do that. But yeah, so it is what it is. But I feel a lot better about that now. Now I can maybe shift my focus to mourning my lovely, beautiful dog. Construction of his monument will, of course, go underway soon. And then, yeah, after that, I went walking with my friends and we spoke about the same thing, slightly different points of view from them. And I obviously, I listened to them too, and they had their own stories. I'm just very grateful they wanted to meet me. I enjoy our conversations very much with those guys. They are very interesting people. And they're very... they're just really cool guys. And I appreciated them coming out to meet up with me. We're going to go to the gym on Saturday all together. Because they're not really gym guys, so it's going to be interesting. I'll show them around. One is a bit more than the other. One of them has lost so much weight. I'm so proud of him. In school, he was the fucking biggest dude by far. Now he looks great. But yeah, then I came home, had my food. I was really hungry by this point, so the food was great. My dad was a little bit drunk on the red wine, and he started going on about my career. I was like, dude, can you shut the fuck up? I've just been in England 24 hours. The dog's died. Can you shut the fuck up for today? And he talks like, you need to get your jiu-jitsu black belt. Bear in mind, my dad hasn't trained jiu-jitsu for a single minute in his entire life. And he has this weird thing where he thinks that as soon as you get a black belt, it comes with a £100,000 salary. I'm like, no, mate. Do you know how many fucking broke black belts I know? He's like, yeah, you get a black belt, you can teach, you get loads of money. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. People don't give a shit about your belt. It's about your reputation. What competitions have you run? How are you in the gym? How do you roll? They don't give a fuck about your belt, really. Obviously, there'll be some raised eyebrows if you're a white belt and you're teaching a seminar. But you know what I mean. Obviously, he doesn't. He just thinks black belt, pro, sensei. He's never trained a day in his life. He just doesn't know. And it really annoys me when he tries to advise me on it. Because I'm like, mate, you don't know a thing about this, you know? Do I go into your office and start advising you about your job? No. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But I know it all comes from a good place, but it's super annoying sometimes. And I said, look, man, like, how much do you want for rent? Because finally, like, he always, like, I offer him rent all the time, and he says no, but then he'll use it against me later. I'm sure a lot of people could relate to that. And he offered me something super cheap, £200 a month, which is so fucking cheap. And I said, yeah, mate, I'll happily pay that. If you shut the fuck up and you stop accusing me of sucking off of you, I'll pay fucking £400 a month, you know? If I shut the fuck up. God's sake. Yeah. I might offer to buy the groceries instead, I don't know. But yeah, so that was a little bit jarring. And then I came upstairs, had my M&Ms. Unfortunately, I missed the opportunity to play with some of my mates, but, you know, I was out walking. It was like midnight by this point. And yeah, got some Helldivers. It's not really as fun as I remember it, but I wasn't playing it with any friends. And my ex randomly, she's not randomly, she popped up to one of my posts of my dog. And she's like, oh, such a shame. We could start chatting a bit. It turns out I broke up with my ex-girlfriend like a year ago now, almost a year ago, when she went travelling. I had no fucking interest in travelling ever, but I really liked this other girl and I went with her stupidly. But now I've been, I can actually talk to this ex about it. I'm not really interested in going back into it with my ex because I don't know. It's just not a good idea. But it's like, oh, now we actually have something we can talk about for like the first time. And yeah, it turns out we stayed in a lot of the same places. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool to talk about that if we ever bump into each other. But I probably won't go to rush to arrange anything. Yeah, so an interesting day. I feel like it was a big step for me. And yeah, I mean, I'll leave you with Andrew Huberman. I mean, it sounds like a metaphor, but I think it was a literal experiment. And this is one of the things that kind of. This is always the way that I've dealt with things, but I've been told by people that it's not the way to deal with things. But I might say, fuck you, I'm going to do this anyway. He says that there was an experiment with some animals, I think it was dogs or wolves or something. They showed them where food is, so they know where the food is. And then they put a barrier in between them and that food that is completely irremovable. But they still know where the food is, but they just know they can't get to it. And the animal will actually hurt themselves trying to get through the barrier that's indestructible for them. It will hurt themselves more, like it will like, fuck up their claws, their teeth to get into the food, where instead of just ignoring it and waiting for food somewhere else they can access. Which is like trying to get back into a failed relationship or a failed talking stage, whatever. And that metaphor really played. I was like, dude, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. And he says, like, forget they're on the face of the earth. He says, yeah, I admit social media makes it harder nowadays. Back in the day, you could just forget they existed. And I was like, that's what I was planning to do originally. But a lot of my friends, they would say, oh, well, you need to talk about it. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm done talking about it. Maybe I'll just fucking forget she lives and then I'll be alright. Because I'm feeling better already. You know, I was in a really, really bad place a few days ago. Really bad place. Like, I literally thought, you know, if I didn't wake up, I'd be okay with that. You know, I literally wouldn't really be that upset. But I'm feeling, not 100% yet, but I'm feeling better. I'm feeling on the upwards for sure. Tomorrow I've got a busy day and I'm excited to take it on. That's it from today. I'm not going to do another video explaining the travelling, but I'll figure out how I'm going to tell the travelling stories and figure out how I'm actually going to game whilst telling the stories because I need to make progression in the world. It's been a standstill for a while. Thank you.